sit. No, sit. This is Miko, and Miko has compliancy issues. She has a confused status, sort of consistently. It's not really confused according to her. She's pretty much thinks that she's the queen. So it's a problem. How this manifests itself is like not wanting to walk, and then she got positive reinforcement dog walker. She didn't want to walk, the dog walker picked her up. She's a Shiba. Why is she gonna walk if you know she's gonna get picked up? So she's tried that. She also, maybe she sprang her foot at some point and limped, and then now she'll flip into that and try that. I don't want to do that. Look, my leg is hurt. Shibas, a lot of them that I've worked with, they also resort to like a scream. Like, I don't want to do that, and you're looking, you know, you're working with it. I'm not doing anything to you, you know. You might have a Shiba and say, well, I've never seen my Shiba do that. Well, whatever. I work with dogs. I've seen this in other breeds too, but I see it a lot in Shibas. So the problem is compliancy. So what I'm doing with her right now, we're doing a lot of things. We're working on stuff she's good at, like retrieving, but I'm putting her in situations that I know is going to cause a problem. I'll tell you what, I get a lot of comments when I do Shiba videos because people like the Shiba, they like the way that it looks, but you know, it's not necessarily an easy dog to train. Lots of Shibas, the Shiba, the breed, you know, there is a bite statistic for Shibas. Most people don't even train them. That's the problem, because they're sort of difficult to train. So she's back here for some reconditioning, you know, and one of the things that I'm doing is like I was having her get up on this because she'd never get up. She's never been up on it, and I knew it would cause a problem. It did. She didn't want to do it, and then I got her to get up on there, and I wanted her to do whoa. Whoa was a standing position, but she was going into sit. Good. You're going to do whoa. Do you see the point? That's the basic rule of thumb with all dogs. If your dog wants to go right, you go left. We're going this way, dog. And that's how we're dealing with Miko, so that when she goes back, you know, her owners won't have to deal with this. They have to be consistent and still, like I recommend putting the e-collar on Miko for sure. It's on one. You can't even feel it. Lots of owners, they stop using this because what? It's too much of a hassle to put on in the morning. The dog trainer, I spend money on these, okay? And these go home with the dog. I wouldn't be buying these, spending money, if it was a waste. These are an effective tool, and they help with dogs where there's status issues. You know, this helps. This helps. So, like an example of what we were doing earlier, she'll probably try and sit. So we'll get her to do whoa on this and there. She didn't want to get up on that. She has to. That's the name of the game. She has to get up there and do whoa. So Miko, up, no, up, whoa. No, see how she sits? So I don't want her doing that. No, whoa. Right, whoa. Good girl, whoa. Here, heel. Miko, up. No, up. No, up. Whoa. No, whoa. No. See, even though that I put the cane there so that she won't sit, she still tries to sit. Do you understand? We'll work her through this. It's not a problem. Miko, here. Miko, up. No, up. You can jump up there. Whoa. There you go. Whoa. That's success. That's what we're looking for. I want 3 of these in a row. Miko, here. Good girl. Miko, up. Come on, baby, up. Up and whoa. Whoa. No. 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 Do you notice I don't have the remote in my hand because you don't use it for stuff like this? But the e-collar keeps going on the dog. she makes a mistake, I'm not gonna use the e-collar. That's not gonna help. Dog training's a lot of muscle memory. Miko, come here, baby, heel. Miko, get back up there. Okay, whoa. No, whoa. Good girl, whoa. Good girl. Do it one more time. Come on, baby, here. Miko, up here. Come on, baby, up. Whoa. 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 Whoa, good girl, heel. Miko, up one more time. Up and whoa. Whoa. No. Whoa, no. Here, heel. Don't do that. Miko, up. Whoa. Good girl. Here, heel. Miko, up. Whoa. Heel. Miko, up. Whoa. Here, heel. I want 3 in a row. That's always what I sort of look for. I want 3. I want the dog to do it correct 3 times in a row. Then I'll stop. You understand why, right? And you want to end on a high note. You know, don't end when the dog is doing it wrong. The dog's doing it wrong, get success 3 times in a row, and then you can move on. The same thing would be true with this thing. Her going up on the railroad tie, she didn't want to go up on it at all. She would jump over it and then jump back, and, you know, let's see if she goes up on it. But she needs to go up there and go, whoa. Hey, Miko, here, heel. Miko, get up there. Up. No. Whoa. Oh, that's good. Whoa. Nice. Good girl. Good. Miko, here. That was good. Miko, up. Miko, up. Whoa. 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 Miko, hold. No, hold. Drop. It's a good girl. Heel. No, heel. No, don't. Here, heel. Sit. You're good. You're good, sister. Nice job. It's nice seeing you, Smiley. Every dog should be compliant. It doesn't even matter if it's like extreme, like with Miko. If your dog isn't that extreme, but you like say, well, I guess it really doesn't matter. Oh yeah, you bet it does. You start letting the dog do whatever they want, and you have a mess on your hands. It manifests itself in different ways. Aggression, listen, aggression is your #1 behavioral problem with dogs. It's aggression. Doesn't that just, you know, send the hair on the back of your neck up? You have to make sure that the dog is compliant. Make sure that the dog listens to you. If it's not compliant, put it in the position that you told it to go in. If you know, if she was going up here and she's going in the sit position or wherever, and I want her to go in the whoa, slide your foot or your hand underneath the dog and make him say no, whoa, whoa. Don't get the dog confused. You'll get the dog confused if you just let stuff slide or you start doing stuff for the dog. Like, Miko, sit. No, sit. Say I put this on the ground and Miko wouldn't pick it up and I pick it up for Miko. There you go. She'll just stop doing retrieves. It's a fucking Shiba, but it's a dog. It's a dog. That's a bet, you know. It might not be a Shiba that does this. It could just be a mixed breed, you know? This is not just Shibas, okay? Shibas are just kind of consistently predictable, you know. The Shiba, I do, you know, it's like these people get these Shibas and they don't really know what they're getting into, and a Shiba would be like a great dog for a professional. Seriously, there's a lot of these dogs that really, you know, they blossom around a professional, but then the owner has problems. This owner's smart, you know. This owner's, you know, needs to get stuff done with the dog and has a job. So I can get the dog moving back in the right direction again. But it really is important, like in Miko's case, that the e-collar is used, or else, you know, it'll happen again. And I do understand it's a hassle to put it on in the morning, and then you get the dog walker coming and they want to take it off during the day. People that influence your dog, peripheral people, your family, your friends, they suck. Your the dog walker, you know, you work hard getting the dog trained, and then these idiots influence the dog improperly. Oh, look, she doesn't want to walk. We better pick her up and take her home. You're a fucking idiot. Do not do that. It's a dog, you know? It's a dog. Oh, I got a big problem. It's pretty huge, and the problem deals with chipmunks. I have chipmunks on my property right now. And it's a problem because there's also could be other rodents on my property, and I have mouse traps in my barn and some rat traps. Since I saw the new addition to my property, I made sure that they were snapped so that the ground squirrel won't get hurt. I don't want a chipmunk getting hurt. I was involved in squirrel rescue for about 15 years. I'm a big fan of squirrels, any kind of squirrel. I like rodents. I don't want to kill the mice, but I definitely don't want a chipmunk getting hurt. So now I can't have snap traps in my barn. You know, I certainly wouldn't use poison. I like the groundhogs that were around here, but my neighbors don't like them and they shoot them. You know, it screws up foundations and stuff. So now that the groundhogs are gone, now I have chipmunks, and chipmunks are fucking adorable. They're cute. If I had chipmunks in my house, I don't know what I would do. I'd live trap them and move them. You know, it seems like I do place a higher value on the chipmunk than the mouse or a rat. You know, what can I say? They're fucking cool as shit. I saw one out front today, you know, in the front yard, and then I saw one just now by my barn. It was like 4 feet away. I'm like, hey, what's up, little buddy? You know, and then he went in my barn. They're fucking awesome. You know, if there was just one or two that lived in my house, would I really care? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. Come on, one or two, 3 would be a problem. But, well, you know, what am I gonna do about the other rodents? You know, I got to figure this out. I don't know, you know, I've had the mouse traps in there for, you know, since spring rolled around, and some of them are getting snapped, but there's nothing there. That could be the ground squirrels going for it. It could be the chipmunks, and they might be fast enough not to get hurt, but I don't want to take the chance. So I want to keep the rodent population down for, you know, anything that like will climb a tree and eat my fruit. I don't think a chipmunk will do that, climb trees, but rats will, so I don't want to have rat traps in there because I might hit, you know, one of the squirrels. They are fucking beautiful. They are really a beautiful creature, and they're smart and friendly. I remember one of my first experiences was going to Camp Holy Cross in Colorado, and we had those in the cabins. You could take your baseball cap and, like, you know, and then you look, I got one. You know, I'm not recommending anybody do that. And I was involved in squirrel rescue where people would call me, they'd say, well, there's a squirrel up here at McCarran Park. You know, we don't know what to do. Then I'd go up there and barehanded. I'd be in my car or something, barehanded, and then deal with these people, you know, that did that, like, not as a living, but they did that. They did squirrel rescue every day of their lives, where I was just sort of like, you know, on the sidelines, you know. I'd bring it to them, stuff like that. But the ground squirrels, the chipmunks, man, I love them. I love them. The ground hogs, I love them. It was like having prairie dogs around here. You know, I'm sure that they'll be back. They will be back. Getting the dog that you're teaching to retrieve, hold, drop, and fetch, getting them to walk with this can be difficult. They're all going to sort of do the same thing, and that's drop it. So you have the dog to the point where they'll hold it in their mouth, but as soon as they start walking, they're like, I'm not going to do this, and they just drop it instantly. So you can coax them to you. You know, you can put it in their mouth and just get them to start walking. If you get 1 or 2 footsteps, you can just build on that. But once you want the dog to walk and hold the object, and like walk around with it in its mouth, that sets up another problem. They start dropping it again. One of the things that I'll do to get over this hump is I'll use a table. This is an old boat I made years ago, and I'm keeping it just because I'm using it with the dogs. So I'll put this in the dog's mouth, and then I'm walking next to it, and I'm at a higher level, so it's easier for me to like catch the dumbbell if they start dropping it. Do you see what I'm saying? I do this before I go down to the grass. I hope that makes sense. Something like this. It doesn't always go perfect. You start doing this, don't worry about it. Hey, Luna, here, come here, here. Hold, no, hold, hold. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Here, come on, here. No, you got it, hold, 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 drop. So the dog gets sort of used to being in that position where you're standing up and they're beside you. Now, with that said, you understand, like this is a 4-month-old dog. If you start correcting, you want the dog to heel, right? You want the dog to heel, and that's your ultimate goal, that the dog holds this and heels. But when they start doing this, don't give any corrections or anything, because if you give a correction, they'll just drop it. Keep it syrupy sweet. They'll pick up on it, and do that for a while. Sometimes with some dogs, I say to myself and the dog that, you know, you got to walk this around the boat before we even go to the ground. But I want to take her down to the ground so you can see that she'll sort of probably do one of these, you know, real slow. Doesn't, you know, they all do this, and they all do it in like a similar time frame. She's just ahead of, you know, she's the head of the class if there was a class here. She just learns easier. But all dogs are about the same IQ. They're not real smart. That's not the thing about the dogs. The dogs work with humans. They follow directions. It's not that they contemplate thought. NASA's never gonna hire Luna. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't even know if I consider Luna smart. She's not, it's not about being smart. Some of the smart dogs, I have fucking Miko here, the Shiba. That dog's probably, you know, a problem solver. You don't want a problem solver. You want a Marine like Luna, you know. She's not the brightest bulb in the pack. She was just trying to eat some dead grass, you know. Sit. No, sit. So let's take her down on the ground, and maybe you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Okay, let's do this one more time, Lune. Come here, Looney. All right, Miss Luna, get ready. Sit. No, sit. Hold, hold. Whoa, whoa. No, no. Hold, hold, hold. Come on. Here, heel. she's probably gonna do what I was telling you. Like, she'll probably be like, real like, apprehensive about doing it, you know? She might even start running with it, I don't know. You know, if she starts running with it, it's fine, but it is a puppy. We really can't, you know, we don't want her to start dropping this, so there's not gonna be any correction. We keep this all syrupy sweet, you know, get her doing it better, get her to really want to hold on to it. You know, we can increase her bite on this, and then we'll start worrying about her healing and holding this. Come here, you little mutton head. Luna, no. Get over here, sister. Heel. Heel. Sit. So you gotta bend down when you're like this. It's murder on my knees, on my hip, on my back. Hey, Luna, here. Hold. No, hold. 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 Here, come on, here. Hold. Drop. Well, that's Luna, you know. She's not gonna do it the shitty way. She's just gonna start running with it. Here, do it again, Luna. Luna, here. Come on, baby, here. No. Sit. No. Hold. 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 Heel. Heel. Hold. Heel. No. Heel. Come on, heel. No. Here, come on, baby. Now let's try it. Whoa. No. Yeah, whoa. No. Get up, whoa. No. Whoa. Hold. 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 Heel. Heel. Hold. No. No. Hold. 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 Heel. Come on, heel. Come on. Come on, Luna. Heel. Hold. Here. Sit. Here. Hold. Hold. Drop. Now she's excited. So as soon as I get her walking, she's not even doing the apprehensive thing. She's just gonna take off. But your dog will get so excited if it's doing this, it'll get 10 feet and drop it. So when they do that, if your dog will do this, will like sort of run out, start telling the dog that's not what you want, but where it drops it, you pick the object up and start putting it back in the dog's mouth and keep walking. What I want to do is start articulating something to Luna that there is a task involved. And at the end of the task, you know, we're looking for a goal, for her to reach a goal. And the goal is a little black mat over here. I'm gonna put the object in Luna's mouth and we're gonna walk over there. She's gonna drop it along here. And when she does, I stop it, I put it back in her mouth, we get to the mat, and then we turn around and come back here. And we repeat this. And each time the dog drops it, I put it back in the dog's mouth, and we start again when we get to this point. So the dog will start seeing us like, oh, okay, so we're going here and there, and that's it. And every time I drop it, you know, he keeps putting it back in my mouth. Maybe I'm supposed to hold it, walk over there, and she will do it. And when she does do it, she's not gonna do it in this session, but she will do it. We'll use both these areas, right here, this dead grass, and the black mat. And then once she gets that, we're gonna be home free with this dog. This is a little working dog. Okay, Luna. No. Hang on. Hold. Hold. Get up. Hold. Whoa. Whoa. Hold. Hold. Come on, hold. 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 Yes! You little freak! You are a little freak, dude. Oh my God. What the hell is up with you? Come here, sis. Sit. Oh my God. Yeah, you're a good dog, dude. Sit. Sit. Hold. 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 Heel. Come on, heel. Hold. 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 No. No. No, no, no. Hold. 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 Heel. Come on, heel. Come on. Hold. 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 No. Hold. Hold. Here. Come on, here. No. 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 Hold. Hold. Heel. Hold. Now, she made it all the way over there. I couldn't fucking believe it. See? You see something like that, of course she's going to be able to do this. You know? So what? She's dropping it on the way back. Who gives a shit? I'm serious. Who gives a fucking shit? With this dog, you know, this dog will get success once, and then it gets success twice, and then it figures it out. Oh, I get it. You know? At least with me she does. Come here, here. Sit. No, sit. See if she'll do it again. That was good. You gonna do it again? That's awesome, little freak. Get up, you little pirate dog. Here, hold. No, hold. 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 Come on, here, heel. Come on, let's go. Here. Hold. 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 No. 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 Hold. 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 Here. Come on, here, heel. Hold. No. No. Hold. 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 Here. Come on, here. Hold. Oh, no, hold. Hold. Here. Come on, big girl. Okay, you ready? No. Here. Hold. 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 Heel. No, hold. 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 Let's go. Heel. Hold. No. No. Hold. 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 Let's go. Hold. Come on, let's go, Luna. Hold. No, come on, let's go. Here. Here. Hold. 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 Drop. That's good. Okay. So this is a 4-month-old puppy. That's it. That's all we do right now. And we come out and do this again. And we're going to repeat this until she's doing it proper. And I'm just saying that, like, the next session, she's going to do it better. And then the session after that, she's going to even do it better. So take your time. Take your time. Don't overwork the dog. That was actually pretty long for a dog this age. But it's Luna. But I do realize that she is a dog. That is why we're stopping. Keep the session short. Luna, you're a good girl. I guarantee you we'll come out here and do another session, and she'll do it even better. But they sort of get that, like, if you like can articulate that there's a goal, there's a distance. We're gonna start here and end here. It's a dog, you know. It's a dog.